Hello, good afternoon. Andy Matin at Harrison's Estate Agents here. Hope everybody's well. This is a quick video just to give some guidance on advice if you have got a tenancy that's expiring from July, August, September and October 2020, in the post-pandemic sort of era. So the advice fundamentally is to renew if you can, and ideally at the same level with your current tenant into 2021. And what we are finding is that the alternative to go onto the open market, the market is actually down 3 to 5%. I've actually seen in some cases as much as 7 or 8% down on rental, not to mention the additional costs that will often come with going back to market in terms of sort of check-ins, cleans, potential void time and things like that. So it's very much in our interests to renew, and where the market is down, tenants are naturally doing some shopping around and they are seeing that comparable properties are cheaper. So it is definitely in our interest to work with the tenants if required, and it would be important to look at this on a case-by-case basis, but in general 3 to 5% down is actually fairly fair. And my advice, if we're going to start looking at taking those sort of discounts or offering those with your current tenants to sort of reward their loyalty, of course, then it's imperative that we get it commitment into 2021. Minimum 6 months, ideally 12 months, which will bring us into the summer market next year. So some key things to be aware of is that there's still a lot of people that have not come back to work yet into the city in Canary Wharf, so demand is slightly down. There's a huge amount of supply in zones 1 and 2. We've calculated it's around double since the end of the lockdown, which was sort of towards the end of May. So property supply has doubled. The good news is that it has peaked, because what we've found is that there's pretty much the whole market availability for the summer is now listed, and we are seeing the signs and the trends that supply is now starting to slowly reduce. So certainly as we move through the summer months, August through to September and certainly October, we would expect the supply to have normalised. Of course, as we know, demand then falls off into November, particularly December and January. So that's why it's very important to get commitment into February, March and spring 2021 and beyond. And another thing to also bear in mind is that what people are also looking for at the moment is they're looking for more space at home, so it's less about location for tenants, and obviously where the situation that we're in, more people will be working from home. So it's very important to understand that if you've got something which has going to be got the outside space, or it's a larger unit, for instance, within a development, then we probably would be able to hold value, even maybe push the value. So very important to still look at it case by case, but as I said, the overall advice is to renew where we can, and ideally at the same rent. But as I said, even if it is at a discount, it would typically be in your interest too, given the fact that the open market is saturated currently. So I hope you found that useful. Of course, as always, feel free to give me a call directly should you want to speak to me about your property specifically. Thanks for listening. Take care.